Where?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are live. Okay. Um, hello, dear visitors of our website, of our page. So today we're going to share with you a little bit about our trip that we just did in Honduras. And I'm just going to check for the comments. Can you just talk a little bit about, Dennis going to tell you a little bit about the damages that we have seen because of the Eta and Lota.
Yeah. So after we were on the border, we were interested to visit some land in La Ceiba, so we had to cross a place called La Lima, where it got flooded, and we saw for kilometers and kilometers of people living in the middle of the highway. It's about 4 meter wide, maybe just a little bit bigger than a car, like a car lane. And this is where they were living. They have like plastic kind of tent. They were not really tent actually. It was just like almost like garbage that they were just assembled to make a house. It was really really sad. You see children like on the side of the highway. To make it safer, they blocked one lane, so it was causing also traffic jams because usually there's 2 lanes on one side, 2 lanes on the other side, and there's a little bit of grass in between, and this is where they were living. We saw all kinds of houses devastated. We also saw some publicity signs that are very high with grass on top, well, leftovers of the flood. So that just to show how
Grass
high.
on the roof of the house.
Yeah, debris of the flood. So yeah, so there's a lots of people that have like, and obviously these people probably lost their jobs as well. So it's not just they don't have a house, it's they don't have a source of income, and they probably live under stress of uncertainty of the future, like what kind of life they
one
gonna
of
have.
the things that we think about our project could actually help these people. That's why we talk about it, to provide them affordable housing. And in this case, like the proximity to this place is also a big factor for us in terms of choice of the land. And we saw the land in several places near the Caribbean coast. And our favorites were a few places near La Ceiba, and there was one spot also near San Pedro Sula.
Yeah. One of La Ceiba is actually a big property. This sits 180 manzana, which is more than a square kilometer. Unfortunately, a big part of it is a mountain, so there's only like a fraction of it that is like purely flat, and the rest starts a hill, and then it goes really, really steep. I mean, it's a super steep mountain. So this is one that we like. It won't be too far from the flooded region. It's also good because La Ceiba is more like touristic. Like it's not. It's like 20 kilometers from it. The other place that we like was in the region of Santa Barbara. And what is also interesting is the land that we saw, a little part of it will be flooded. It's like maybe 3% of it because they want to create a lake to prevent floods in the future. So the lake will be a retention basin. For the water, it's going to be about 45 kilometers long, and the widest will be 8 kilometers. And according to the website, they can produce 20 megawatts of electricity. So this thing could be useful because it means that this land will now have access to quite a good lake. And the other thing too that I'm going to investigate is because the way we want to do the financing for Mariposa, you can use the same model for the lake. So we think that it may avoid this way. This project can avoid the bureaucracy that it's facing, and money. Because it's and money, and because it's been on already for 5 years. I think somebody told us about this. Yeah, it was approved in 2015, and still there is not much happening. So we think that our project can actually have some synergy with El Tablon. And it would be a win-win because they will need to expropriate people from this region that they're going to flood, and we could potentially provide housing for these people. So it's so it's a win-win. And Dan has mentioned that so we kind of in between these two areas. It's a potential. Both of them have potential. It could be either synergy with El Tablon, or it could be in more close to La Ceiba, where there's more
like the land is more on touristic path. Because in La Ceiba they have ferries that go to Roatan. People go there to swim with dolphins or do other things, diving, snorkeling, and so far. And we think that in La Ceiba, what I liked is that this area where we're looking for the land, it's very clean. What I mean is that it seems like it has a pure source of water that comes from the mountain. There is a pure forest that we could even preserve part of our land as a park that could be interesting for our residents with a canopy or amusement park, and it could be also good for organic farming, maybe like a small part, because we want to develop most of the land, right? So we can have a lot of residents. And what else?
Yeah, well, it's just first of all, we're always attracted by the ocean, so closer is always better. The other part there with Tablon is who knows how long it may take. They've been talking about it for a long time.
Mhm.
Congress approved it. They even approved the funds, but the fund never came. So, and now people are angry about this because they got two floods, and the cost, the damage that the hurricane did is more than the cost to have created this project. So, and I don't want to go too much in detail, but in Mariposa, we use a different kind of financing, something that is similar as the Hong Kong model for the land and the taxes. And that model could be replicated for Tablon. So there's even a possibility, I need to run the numbers, but that thing could be financing without government money, completely private.
So yeah, if we decide to go for this land, we will probably try to offer contact El Tablon and see if we can do this kind of synergy. Also, I see that Judith commenting, "That's awesome how you will be able to help." If you have any questions, we can answer them right now.
Send $200 million to the government of Honduras. That's what they need for the Tablon project. Please, I'll give you the address.
Yeah. So, do you have any questions? I see a few people that are watching us live. There is a little delay probably when they hear it. So let's see if there are any questions.
Okay, thank you, Judith. I'll be waiting. I take no commission. I'll just be happy.
Okay, I would like to say to those people who hear about our trip for the first time, who haven't seen our stories, we were showing pretty much the whole trip and our stories during the last 10 days. If you haven't seen it, if you want to see the images, the videos of the lands that we were taking along the way, you can go to our Instagram page, and on Instagram highlights on our profile, you can see pretty much all the photos and videos that we were taking. And I hope after Christmas I will be able to make a little compilation for you to put it also as a post on Facebook. So let's see if we have any questions. Judith is asking, when are you going to make your decision?
Oof.
Tough question.
Next year.
Next year.
We still have there's different prices. This is also something that we've learned about Honduras is there's no real estate agents. Like what happened is people find posts on Facebook and they show only the one that they know their friends because they're going to get their commission. Like there's no reliable contract enforcement mechanism that if somebody says is going to give a commission to sell a land or something like this, so my guess is that the people that showed us the land, they showed only the people that they personally knew. So we probably missed a lot of land sites. So we're gonna start contacting people on Facebook. There's OLX. There's a few websites that people post.
Check. Yeah, we might check for more sites and come back in January to check for more. Yeah, that's one possibility. Also, we need to see the maps of all the spots that we liked, because we've seen them with our site, but it's not enough because they're quite big. I don't know how many acres. Well, I'm not good with numbers, you know.
One of them that was in La Ceiba, it's 180 manzana, and the manzana is 1.7 acres. So we're talking of like 300 acres. The other one is even bigger, so it's more like a 400-acre property. So
How much is it in square kilometers?
it's like over a square kilometer each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a square kilometer or even more.
Yeah.
Right?
So
you cannot really see it when you're there.
Yeah.
And you need to walk, and sometimes this land is unwalkable.
Well,
right?
a square kilometer is exactly you walk 1 kilometer this way and you walk a kilometer the other way.
So you need like boots or some special equipment, like if you go to the mountain. So it's next time when we go to when maybe we pre-choose some of the spots. Next time when we come back to Honduras, we would like to go with a drone so we can see more of the land, and so it will help us to analyze it better.
Yeah. So that's one of the things, and I want to see the other land too available. Like there's lots of posts, there's lots of it available. So we ask questions. We need just to see also what the market price is, because some people may charge a lot more. I mean, we've seen a post that the person just dropped the price by half just yesterday or something like this. I was looking at different posts. So and it's a big decision. The decision, first of all, it's a lot of money, and also it's going to depend on the success of the project. So wherever we choose, so it's not just like, well, it's a big investment, and
Yeah, there are several criteria that we're looking at. Is that we cannot just choose a land in the middle of nowhere. We want to make sure that it has a very good access to the highway, because we will have a lot of trucks coming for construction, and
yeah,
we ideally would like our own source of water. Ideally, mainly flat, so it's easier for construction. Also, those spot with the mountain we like because of the potential development of the park and organic farming. What else? There were lots of things, like the availability of internet. Like one of the spots, the one that near San Pedro Sula, there was no phone reception. Even those people who worked there, they had no phone reception there.
Yeah.
So neither Claro or Tigo companies are present there, right? So it means that we would need to invest in creating a cell phone tower.
Yeah, an antenna.
Yeah. So there are different little things like this.
And access to the road is important, because one of the sites that we saw was actually, it even had like a mountain to make the ingredient for cement. But just to climb on this, I almost damaged my license plate at the front of the bumper. There were like the bumper touched the bottom of the road when I went to go off. So that just show how deep was the hole. And I have a Dodge Ram, so it's not a Ferrari. Like so, some of the roads they have like sometimes grooves that are like that deep. Even more so. And the thing is, if we want to build a community about this, like the trucks and the people, and even just people who want to come in and out to go to work or visit the city, like so it's important to have access to a good road. By the way, Judith,
so one of the places we disregard because of the bad road.
One manzana is not equal to acres on this one. You have to search for a Honduran manzanas, because there's the Guatemalan manzana, which I think is 1.78. The Honduran is a little smaller, maybe it's 1.76. There's the Belize manzana. Every country
Costa Rican
has a different manzanas, and some of them are like 2 acres, but some of them are different. So every country has their own definition of manzana. And this is how they count the land. Like every ad is always says that we have 160 manzanas or 30 manzanas. Like they don't count in acres in this country. So that's why we use the term manzanas, because otherwise I would just have to do the conversion all the time to. So we just use the name of the land. Okay, this is the 180 manzana. This is the name that they give it to. So there was other site too, one of which was just across the street. They were planning to build a commercial center.
And that's also interesting.
And there was also a little bit like a 20 manzana available in front. There was obviously more expensive. We saw some other sites, but the shape was very, very strange. Like sometimes like you have a shape, like it goes like this and then collapse and then it goes another. So it's kind of adjacent, but just by a few meters. and also access to the road. If you have a road of 4 meters and it's already owned on each side, you cannot make it wider. So you cannot even have like 2 cars crossing. So this is like almost like a no-no.
There was one side that we really liked, but when we analyzed the pros and cons, we realized that it's not that good. But it was really beautiful. It had even a hotel on it.
Yeah.
So it was some development, and the kids liked.
At the back of the land, but the shape of it was
right
just
next to the national park, which makes it interesting for tourism as well.
And it was also the most expensive too.
Yeah, it was the most expensive.
Yeah,
too,
prices varies. Like you can pay like 10 times more for one than the other one. So the price definitely has varied.
So we'll see what happens. Do you have any other questions? Let's see. I guess. Would you like to add something more? There is a delay when it was there, so you can.
I think we talked about most of it. I mean, this trip was very intense. We were with the kids, and
we were on the road every day.
So I didn't even. There's some days I didn't even check my email. Like I was just too exhausted by the time we arrive and take care of the kids for dinner, and they always want to go to the pool. So there's still a lot of research to be done, but we at least got a little bit of idea. And we also met someone that was interested. His name is Ramon. We met him like at the beginning.
For as a potential partnership.
And he's interested. He's going to also help us with the document. He has contacted the government. Just make sure that
potential synergy for marketing together with the coffee company that he's developing, and also payment system that they have in Honduras.
Yeah,
we met a journalist that is interested in our project, and a civil engineer that we could hire also. So it was interesting and like eye-opening trip.
This civil engineer has real experience building communities like this because he's the manager of currently 3 or 4 properties, including one that has 4 kilometers of coast. I mean, ocean things. And we're talking of something that is like 500 acres. It's huge property. And he's been building from the electrical system, the sewage system, bridges. He's been supervising all of these. These are things that are currently existing, not just like some ideas in the head. So, it's nice to meet a few people because it's a big project.
Yeah, we will need a lot of contacts when we'll start this. So I see that there is no more questions. So I would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and we'll get in touch after the New Year.
Bye-bye.
Bye.